Welcome back, everybody, and a special warm welcome to those of you joining us on Facebook. And as you've probably gathered, I'm here with Danny Leane for our monthly fashion slot, and I can see him as well as speak to him. Danny, I hope you don't mind if I tell the listeners that you're sporting some very interesting facial hair this month.
Yes, as someone said, ho, 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 here comes Father Christmas. Yeah.
What prompted you to grow the beard?
Do you know, going back 23 years ago, I just came across an old photograph recently and I tried to grow a beard then, but it ended up like bum fluff. So I said, you know what, while we're in lockdown, I'll revisit and see if I can grow it. And hey, presto.
Hey, presto.
Yeah. Hey,
and only yesterday on the program, just yesterday on the program, I was telling the listeners that I read somewhere online, I think it was bizarrely, I think it was The Economist or somewhere, that beards for men are totally back in fashion again. So as usual, Danny, you're bang on trend. What can I say?
Of course, where else would I be?
Very good.
That's what a lockdown does to you.
This is what lockdown does.
Boredom. Yeah.
Well, listen, appropriately enough, we're starting this month by talking about a fashion accessory that is creating a bit of a buzz at the moment. And I have to admit, I've never heard of it. Hair rings. Pray tell, what are hair rings?
Hair rings, they're quite simple. The model behind me has one. Her hair is lovely and controlled. I suppose with a lot of people not being able to get to the hairdresser, or their hair is in funny condition, or dare I say it, a small bit of grey is coming through. Mm-hmm. Again, it's just as simple as this. It's just a hair band. It's not a band, it's a full circle. It's like a ring you'd put in your finger, it'd be the best way. And again, here I have it on the model a bit closer. As you can see, it covers all the front of the head, but it also does the back, so it'll keep it in place. And sometimes the back can be a bit wider than the front, and that is to keep it in place and make it more comfortable. This particular one has a fleece lining, so not only will it keep the hair in place, it'll also keep your ears warm as well. But I suppose it can create a look of calmness in your hair and make the wearer feel better about themselves. I actually
I've seen quite a few women wearing those out and about, walking around Tralee, and I admired them and I thought they were lovely. I didn't know that's what they were called. So yeah, you're selling quite a few of them at the moment.
I am online. I only launched them Monday, and for a bit of fun, like I do in my videos through Facebook, I could put a wig on, or I could come out and say something or do something. I actually put one on my head. Within 20 minutes of that video being released, it sold out.
Really?
And I'm trying, 20 minutes, I was blown away. And like Anne at home was joking, she goes, don't you dare put on a dress. But I said, I have the mannequin for that. Or love, you can come in and fit the dress on so the people can see it. But it's just trying to adapt to the times that we're in, making the best of a bad situation. And getting back to the rings here, they're the ones that do the trick for
now. You've just shown me, I'm conscious of the fact that some of the people listening to us can't see us on Facebook or don't have access to Facebook. You have them in all different colors.
In all different colors. I have them in navy with the silver baubles. Again, the one I showed you there is in pink. I have plain velvet ones that's on our mannequin behind us here, and that's like a mock velvet. So if it rains, it's not going to get destroyed, you know. But again, it's soft against the hair. It's, I suppose, another cuddle, you can say, that your clothes are giving you.
A cuddle from your clothes.
Way to put it. Yeah, because of the weekend we're in, you know.
Lovely. So they're available on your website as well, if anyone wants to check them out.
www.anburys.com. And I'm sure they'll be appearing on every other website. Give it about another couple of weeks, if not already, and they'll be hitting the websites everywhere.
And we'll be wearing those well into the spring, you reckon?
We will. And the supplier sent me a lovely summer one, which I've left in the box. Even going through to autumn, some of the designers have actually styled in one of the hair rings So it's going to be whether you have perfect hair or non-perfect hair, it's going to be a trend for a while. And you have seen it here first on Radio Kerry, another first, as they say.
And heard it first on Talk About.
Yes, definitely.
Well, let's move on, Danny, and talk a bit about the spring, because I rang you earlier in the week for a chat and you were all excited. You were telling me you were opening boxes and there was lovely spring stuff coming in, and you were really animated about the colours and the motifs coming through for the spring. So give us a flavour.
Oh, a flavour. Yeah, there's so much. It's design. I suppose the designers have pushed themselves out a wee bit, whether it will be going back to nature. Again, one of the colours that's after coming in, and it made me laugh when they called this colour, the base colour, heaven. Yeah. And I thought, where are they getting heaven from? And I thought, they were probably looking up at the skies there last March and saw the good weather. I'm presuming these are coming in from Denmark, so I'm presuming they had some of the good weather we had during the first lockdown. So that's where the idea is coming from, the designers. But again, it's lovely and soft, very tactile. They're doing the V, they're doing round necks, they're doing lovely patterns. And
is that a cardigan?
No, that's actually a top. There's a zip here to give, say you're a small bit bustier than what a normal would. What the designers are after putting in is they're after putting in a hidden vent here so that there won't be a pull on the front, or if you have big boobs, or again, if you have got a big shoulder, it'll take some of the excess where you need a bit more room. And that's the way they cleverly do it, but you're not exposing anything.
And that colour is called heaven.
That's it. Heaven. It's a blue, a sky blue.
A bluey colour, yeah.
A bluey. Now, again, you can see behind they're trying to interject a bit of white as well into their tops. This can be dressed up or dressed down, but I kind of went for more glam chic with this, with the hair ring, with the shirt matched in, the scarf. Like, we're trying to bring in a bit of colour as well to lift people's mood. And again, the yellow is a sign of growth or hope. And it just matches in with your hero blouse, and it picks up the white in the top. Now, if I can manage this, you can see as well what they have done is they have put a man's shirt or lady shirt with the V here. Even though it's covering the front and it's covering the bottom, it's still not cutting the legs off you. They're going that extra bit to make us more comfortable, the designers and the brands.
Okay, and so that's a little bit longer than your normal shirt or top, is it?
That would be, yes. But it would be in the form of a man's shirt, the way they have carved it or designed it around the top of your thigh, nearly your hip area.
Okay.
And it's lovely and long at the back as well, so it's covering the behind, and it's also long in front if you're worried about the tummy area.
Okay, and that would be lovely with jeans.
With jeans, and what I've done, teamed it with, hopefully you can see it there if I go down, the skinnies. It's called the twist pair of jeans, but again, a navy pair of trousers would look equally as well with it.
Okay, very good.
Now, the other thing as well, it's with nature, but in a hidden way. And this motif is coming in designs, or even this is a t-shirt. And again, what they've done with this is made from organic cotton. Now, what does that mean, I hear you say? You'll see it in some of the shops when we finally open and online. It's been good to the environment. There are no chemicals added to the thread of the cotton when it's being made. So what you actually get is you get a softer cotton, and it's lovely against the skin. It's all comfort and that feeling good. As I said before, it's like the clothes are giving you a hug, since we're not getting hugs anywhere else.
Yeah, that's a beautiful shade. So yes, it's kind of a leaf floral motif. Would that be?
Yeah, a leaf. It would be more like, the ferns that you would see in the woodlands around, whether it be Ballyseedy or Tomies or Muckross. It's that kind of a motif they have taken with it. And again, they've added in a small bit of sparkle. You'll see delicate pieces of sparkle coming in, like in the hair rings. You'll see it coming in t-shirts. It's just to give us that bit of sparkle back to ourselves, and
Lovely.
gives us a lift as well. And again, the colour with this, even though it might look red there, it is called a crayon red. But
it's kind of like almost like a coral red, isn't it?
A coral red, but not as strong, a coral orangey red. And what they have done as well, and I'm going to, rather than repeat myself, show you this lovely, it's an aqua green color.
Come into the microphone a little bit there, Danny, because we lost you there.
Yes.
You were just saying about that top.
This top again is your coral blue that's coming in. It's lovely and delicate. It's brilliant again, no matter what your hair color, eye color. And again, it gives a good lift with your white jeans coming in and your white linens for the summer. But it's equally as well with your denims for now, or even your denim jacket as well over it. Or even with this, with a smart blazer you might have in the wardrobe and the jeans. It's another way of wearing it.
Okay.
I suppose going a bit fresher when it comes down to it. Again, we're keeping with nature and we're going with our leaf or ferns, and we're throwing in a couple of tropical, is this lovely acid green that's coming through. It's in the blouse here with white. It's fabulous. Again, going back to the denims, you can go whichever way you like with it. But again, think of when the green camis will come in, you can leave this blouse open and be a bit freer, or you can doll it up whichever way you wish.
Okay, but that's again, lovely as well.
Yeah, nature is coming through.
Nature. So look out for motifs of leaves and foliage and that type of thing.
Yes, foliage is all coming out, and probably there is something for everyone if you want to try print, because print a lot of times people can be afraid of it. There's no need to be afraid of it. If the designers are doing their job properly, it'll make your body look better. They know what parts to put, even leaves and different things. Okay. But try it.
Okay, before we leave that, Danny, anything else you want to mention that's coming in for the spring? And we'll take a quick break then and come back to chat some more to you. So before we leave spring.
The big thing about spring going into summer, even the colours are going to get stronger and richer and brighter. That is the big thing. And there will be like your black and whites will be big, but the big colors will be your blues, your greens. And as it moves on, it'll go more brighter with the yellows and stuff like that. It's, I suppose, the designers are trying to work harder to give us a better feel about ourselves through our clothes.
Okay.
That is the main thing. And I know it isn't easy to buy online, and that's the way we seem to be going for a bit. But once this is over, once you can touch and feel again the product, you'll love it.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Okay, for the benefit of our radio listeners, we'll take a quick break at this stage, and we will be back. When we come back in a moment, we're going to talk to Danny a bit about dressing at home for Valentine's, and we're going to talk a bit about practical glam and casual chic and some of those terms that we hear bandied about in fashion and what exactly they mean. Quick reminder, if you're listening to us on the radio, if you're near your computer, you can also log on to Facebook, to the Talk About Facebook page, and see myself and Danny in all our glory, and Danny's new beard and everything, radiokerry.ie, and of course Facebook, I should say, Facebook.com/Talk About. You'll find us on the Talk About Facebook page, and we're back in a moment. Okay, yeah. And we'll start with part 2, and welcome back if you've just rejoined us on the radio, or maybe you're watching us via Facebook, and you're very welcome. We're chatting to the one and only Danny Leane for our monthly fashion fix. Danny, before we go any further, I was chatting to a friend over the weekend, and we were talking about online shopping and the fact that we're all trying to support the local boutiques and stores when we're spending our few bob at the moment. And given that it looks like retail won't be opening up for another while, what if you're buying pants or trousers or jeans or skinny jeans from a website like yours, like anburys.com? Mm-hmm. If you're somebody like myself who might be a 12 on a good day and a 14 on a bad day, how do you know which size to buy? Or have you any tips in that regard?
Do you know, the first thing that I'll say is communication. If there's a phone number with the website, or if they're offering chat, video chat, or even if there is a place where you can leave an email, if in doubt, always make contact, because especially if you ring someone, they will be able to tell you exactly, if you explain where you have your weight or where your problem is normally, they'd ask you if you like it loose, tight. They have a solution within the shop, whether it'll be a loose fit or a tight fit. But again, read, not alone. I suppose when it comes to clothes, sometimes we're led by our eyes. We look at the picture. Sometimes look at the description underneath. That will tell you whether it is a skinny or a straight leg, a high-waisted. Have a look there. And if you're still a bit confused, ring the number that's available, particularly with an awful lot of the independent boutiques. You might get a message when you're talking about the big international companies. They'll say, buy it, sure, you can send it back anyway. But I know people want to not be bothered sending things back, going to the trouble of it. They want to get it right the first time.
Yeah.
Use, again, a screenshot, maybe message the boutique or the shop or whatever it is, and just get the information you're looking for across. And the people at the other end of the phone will be only delighted to help you.
Okay, that's good advice. Would measuring yourself be of any use? Maybe measuring your waist or your leg length or whatever?
The leg length, definitely. But again, like that, it can be taken in. A lot of the manufacturers this time around, I won't say they have gone for the lowest common, what I say, the simplest way to do it. Before, a company might offer 5 different lengths in jeans or trousers. I'm looking now if I get 2. The majority of times I only get 1, but that is something to look out for as well, is the measure of the trouser or the length of the trousers, unless you know and you can take them up yourself, or you have someone close that you can get it taken up to.
Okay.
But it's normally at either 29 is the average now, or 31, depending on the brand and leg length, and it depends on the brand. Again, you can go measuring, but again, you got to remember with measure, if you have a stretchy material, it's only a guideline. A stretchier material will be a lot looser on you than a material with no give in. Just remember that, even with jeans or trousers.
Now let's move on, and you're going to talk a little bit about getting dressed up at home for Valentine's, and I think we've covered this at this stage, and everyone is saying, you know, we're all trying to make a bit more of an effort, you know, not to just spend lockdown in our tracksuit pants and no makeup and all of that. So
yeah, again, put a brush through the hair, put a bit of lippy on, get your good clothes out. Actually, my memories in Facebook came up this morning, and it was one of my last nights out before the first lockdown, myself and Anne at the Rose Hotel. I'll be putting it up on my Facebook later. And I was kind of going, oh my God, if we knew then what we know now.
Yeah,
but I said,
a lifetime ago.
Yeah, even getting dressed up, we'd nearly get dressed up. I would nearly get dressed up now to the opening of an envelope.
Yeah.
Even today, I've the tartar waistcoat, I've my white shirt. I don't know when I last wore a white shirt. I think maybe once. Put a tie on and the matching trousers.
Yeah, and you look very smart, actually.
Cheers, thank you. But again, you have to make the effort, because if you do, you feel good in yourself. You have it with your lovely scarf and denim jacket as well, you know, which compliments you down to the ground. But again, it's one way. I suppose we could look at Valentine's, but also, you know, we could look at St. Patrick's Day and maybe wear a bit of green, show pride in our country, in ourselves. We are getting through this, and we will get through it.
Yeah, and I've spoken to women who and I've done it myself, who've got dressed up and put on their makeup and got their hair nice, just to go down to the kitchen to have lasagna with their other half, you know. But it does make a bit of an occasion of it if you put out the nice glasses or whatever. It just, you know, it does make you feel better. It's not the same as going to a restaurant, but it's surprisingly good for you and surprisingly boosting of your morale.
It is, even for one another, that you're spending a bit of time. I know they say we're spending time together, but this is a different type of spending time together. Maybe you can put the kids down into watching a movie while you're doing it. Do you know, where you're getting in touch with yourselves again? Do you know, it might be How are you feeling? A simple thing like that. I know with a lot of clothes, there's a lot of psychology and stuff going on. But again, you can see it with the way the designers are trying to make us more comfortable in our clothes. And it's also, what I say, an excuse to maybe put on your good dress to make sure it still fits, to make sure you're happy. You know, they're all different reasons why you would do it. But I think for both women and men, it's very important to put a pause button and just have a nice meal. And I think when the restaurants open again, we'll appreciate it even more.
Exactly.
There'd be no fighting over the washing up of the plates after.
Exactly. Get the kids to do the washing up.
Yeah.
Danny, before we finish up, we're just going to talk a little bit about two phrases that keep coming up in fashion magazines, and you hear people using them as well. Practical glam, casual chic. What a lot of people want to know, what exactly do those phrases mean?
Well, number one, where it actually originated from is where you would have a good piece of clothing, but I'm not talking about a ball dress now or anything like that, but I'm talking about maybe you might have a glitzy blouse, but instead of putting a plain classic trousers with it, you might put a pair of black jeans with it, put your denim over it, where you're dressing it down, but you still have the bit of glam going on. I suppose the easiest way to show you about it and what I've done earlier is the way that the headpieces would come in with their bit of, you have your bit of glamour on this, and then you would wear maybe your tracksuit or a jacket over it. You're bringing a bit of glam here. This is almost like a 1920s when they had the turbans.
Oh, they were so stylish.
Yeah. But this is actually a taken it if you think about it in some of it, but where that was the 1920s, but this is the 2020s. So fashion is kind of repeating itself a small bit, but it's an excuse to wear something with a bit of bling in it, but you can cash it down. And even look at the magazines, the way they do it. I know sometimes it might be a bit OTT, but again, calm it down. But that key piece, again, it could be with a pair of shoes you have, maybe high heels. Put the jeans on with them and doll it up that way, where there's one or two elements that you would only wear in good. That's where the glam comes in. And practical would be more the hair bands and stuff like that, but you're using your glam clothes more practically and you're bringing them in to everyday use.
And then casual chic or casual chic, or however you want to say it.
Casual chic.
Chic, casual chic.
Yeah, chic. Yeah, chic. I'm chic. Yeah, I'm not far from it. But again, it's a different, it's feeling good about yourself. It's basically the same term for the same thing, but using it differently. That's all it is. One magazine might call it casual chic. Again, it's bringing something that's casual for every day that we use now into everyday use that you would only have held for good. Like your good wardrobe won't be going anywhere, but it's up to you to incorporate into your daily life. That's what they're saying. Recycling what's in your wardrobe as well. There is a feeling of that coming in as well, and it's going for invest in your good pieces still, but it's an investment to get the wear out of it. We live in today, tomorrow isn't promised to us. Yesterday is gone. It's that type of a mentality that the designers and even the stylists are using now. And again, if you got something that's nice and you're keeping it for your Sunday best, the reason why you're keeping it, it makes you feel good. That's where the psychology comes in again with clothing. So wear it and use it and feel good about yourself.
Perfect. Listen, Danny, we better leave it there. We're out of time, unfortunately, but it's great to see you. And I'm sure we'll get loads of people logging on to Facebook as well. If they're not watching us live now, they might log on a bit later on. So thank you for, I think, cheering us all up and telling us about the lovely styles and colours that are to come. So have a great month, and I will see you hopefully again in March.
Yeah. Likewise, lovely to see you as well. Lovely.
Bye, everyone. Danny. Bye.
Yeah, be good. Bye.
I will.